Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that Ilkay Gundogan has four different offers to choose from this summer. Of course, Barcelona being one of the clubs showing interest. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then, secondly, talking about Lionel Messi, as Barca wants Messi to wait a little longer, signing him could take a few weeks. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Ilkay Gundogan's future has been a topic of much discussion over the past months. The Manchester City captain is out of contract at the end of this season, and Barcelona have had their sights fixed on him for quite some time now. However, as it turns out, the La Liga champions are not the only ones caught in the German international, who recently led Man City to FA Cup triumph with a brace against neighbours Manchester United in the finals. Indeed, as reported by Sergi Dejuan of Sport, at the moment, Ilkay Gundogan has as many as four offers on the table from four different parties to choose from as he considers the next move in his career. The four proposals are from Barcelona, Manchester City, Arsenal, and Saudi Arabia. Barcelona have been working on a deal for the 32-year-old veteran for a while now, and his signing was considered as good as done not very long ago. The Blaugrana are understood to have tabled a 3-year contract proposal to Ilkay Gundogan, with a salary reported to be around €9 million per season. However, Manchester City are pressing hard to try and convince their captain to stay at the Etihad, and they have tabled an improved offer to that end. Having initially offered a 1-year deal, they have added an option of an additional 12 months in hope that it will get Ilkay Gundogan to continue at the Etihad. Meanwhile, Arsenal are also interested in snaring Gundogan away from the Premier League champions. Mikel Arteta knows the midfielder well from his time as Pep Guardiola's assistant manager at Man City and wants to add him to his roster, which is why the Gunners have offered him a 2-year deal. Saudi Arabia are making big moves in the market this summer, are also looking at Ilkay Gundogan as a prime target, and a club from the Middle East nations plans to send a multi-million offer soon. Gundogan, though, is understood to be keen on a move to Barcelona, which tips the scales in favor of Xavi's men. However, the Catalans will need to secure some player exits before they can go ahead and start signing new players. Of course, player sales will be necessary for Barca to make the transfer window a success. As to the players who want to go or who will be sold, nothing has been decided as of yet. Ilkay Gundogan has been strongly linked for quite a while, as Xavi and his coaching staff have that high optimism that Ilkay Gundogan will be a Barca player come next season. But it will not be an easy ride because Manchester City are trying their utmost best to keep this sensational player at the Etihad. Of course, knowing fully well that he is in current hot form now, as he have always been, especially towards the end of the seasons. Ilkay Gundogan proved to be the key player for Man City as it stands, the most player in form in the Premier League, and Manchester City see other clubs pushing for a signing for Ilkay Gundogan as a big steal if they succeed to remove him from there. That is why City are also behind offering him a new contract with a very better salary than Barca. But the fact that the player wants to go to a new environment, he wants to play somewhere different, and for a club as big as Barca, Ilkay Gundogan, from the look of things, wants to try his chance there. He wants to play at the highest level of football in Spain, as many players always aspire to do. And nothing has been concluded. Arsenal are also our rivals in the pursuit of Ilkay, as well as a club in Saudi Arabia, which has not been named. So as it stands, Ilkay Gundogan's future still remains in doubt as to where his future will end up next season, and any scenario is possible. Going to Arsenal is still possible. Staying at City is also a big possibility, and Barca is still a huge possibility. Manager Xavi reportedly called him and also discussed with Ilkay to discuss with him concerning the project at hand and the playing style and what to expect and what are the ambitions of Barcelona. All those things were already discussed by the manager and the player. And if Ilkay Gundogan is convinced by that, then from all likelihood, he could likely be a Barca player. But it's going to be difficult because Barca needs to do some sacrifices. There are certain players that will be sold in order for sales or for purchases to take place. Of course, Frank Casey, who is one of the players rumored to be exit, one can imagine that if Ilkay Gundogan comes to the club, players like Frankisi can depart because there will be no space in midfield to accommodate all those players. Then on to the next story of discussion. After finally being handed a green light by La Liga over the viability plan, Barca are advancing in the pursuit of Messi, their number one priority of the summer transfer window. The drawn-out saga appears to be in its final stages, despite strong attempts by Al Hilal to lure Leo into the Saudi Arabian League. President Laporta and George Messi's meeting following the green light indicated a desire to find common ground. As of now, no solidified offer has been presented to Messi's camp, which stems from the fact that player exit must first of all take place before the Argentine can receive his long-awaited written proposal. However, Messi remains as eager as ever to join Barca and finally has the league's assurance that the viability plan is actually feasible now. Unlike previously where incertitude was present on Barca's side, more clarity can be seen in their finances. According to Tony Juan Marti, Barca believes that if Messi waits a little longer, they will be able to seal his signing in the coming weeks, but not days. At the same time, though, the report states that if Leo puts pen to paper, the odds of Ilkay Gundogan's arrival would lower, but the operation would not be entirely discarded. Knowing exit operation have to take place before Messi can be appointed, a few weeks would be the bare minimum before the seven-time Ballon d'Or winner is handed a written offer. Previously, it was reported that the Argentine would not be willing to wait that long, yet La Liga's green light is likely going to provide the Messi clan assurances of an inevitable offer. Looking at Gundogan's case, the German has been recently swayed by Manchester City to renew his contract there and continue carrying on his legacy at the Etihad. Furthermore, Barcelona's finances are arguably the reason behind any potential abandonment of Ilkay Gundogan's signing, considering Messi will have a relatively big impact on the wage bill, and other areas such as defensive midfield position required urgent attention. Ilkay Gundogan may not be as much of a priority. The World Cup winner with Argentina is also likely to play as the fourth midfielder in Xavi's box midfield setup, which coincides with Ilkay Gundogan's role. With the arrival of Leo, the board may consider Ilkay Gundogan a luxury, as the midfield may needlessly be stacked. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.